LaSalle welcomes back students from winter break, and with it comes a new year and new developments on campus. Hello, I'm Erin Holly.
And I'm Nick Palayo. A new year means New Year's resolutions, and one avid sports spectator has already accomplished his goal. We have all this and more coming up on LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue, Philadelphia, and the world.
There is a lot to catch up on in the next half hour, as Sam Long had the chance to sit down with a student who is working on publishing her first book. So let's hear the buzz around campus.
Pope Francis has named Bishop Nelson Perez the next Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. Bishop Perez currently serves as the Bishop of the Diocese of Cleveland, but he has a history in Philadelphia and here at LaSalle University for nearly 15 years. Bishop Perez served as a professor in both the psychology and theology departments. The university is proud and excited to see a member of the Explorer family step into this leadership role for the Catholic Church in Philadelphia. We look forward to the positive impact Bishop Perez will most certainly create for our Archdiocese and for Catholics in Philadelphia.
The 9th annual Martin Luther Faith Service was held in Founders Hall, and with it came inspiring speeches and lively performances. Zoe Shea has the story on this yearly event. Check it out.
On top, and I'll do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land.
So pretty much it's just an event where we come together to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King, his legacy, what he left behind. And what we do with that, we invite the community members here, LaSalle students, people of different faith backgrounds, different denominations to come and tell us or share with the community how Dr. Martin Luther King made an impact in their lives. We have more performers, I would think, a more different style of dancing compared to last year. And we have singers too, but different style of dancing this year.
They had a lot of good performers. I like the climbers. They're really cool.
In a sense, it kind of helps to break down a wall, right? We know that there's been a history in the community that it's LaSalle and it's the neighbors, right? It's never like one thing. We're never always all together and things of that nature. And having events such as this, the community health fair, you know, our neighborhood cleanups and things of that nature really allow us to work together and, you know, kind of like become one community.
Sarah, and I know you also attended with Zoe to produce this package. So tell me, what was your, this is your first time as a freshman, what was your favorite part of the event?
My favorite part was probably getting to witness all the performers and also getting to film it with Zoe at the same time. But I loved seeing all the little kids just partaking in the event and like playing such a big role in the community.
Yeah, it was nice to see the community members of all ages come out.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned, was it a chorus performance at the end, or?
Yeah, it was really touching. They were all such good singers, and it was really emotional.
Yeah, we're definitely glad to have that event every year.
Yeah. On January 23rd, LaSalle held a lounge dedication ceremony as a tribute to John Mackin, who passed away June 11th of 2019. Known for his quiet and steady service to the LaSalle community, Mackin worked in the Connolly Library for 35 years. The lounge, located in North Halls, was filled with students and staff as well as friends and family members of Mackin. The ceremony consisted of speakers sharing stories about Mackin and his impact on the LaSalle community. Concluding the event was a ribbon-cutting ceremony in front of a framed photo of Mackin that will be displayed in the lounge for all to see.
LaSalle has been taking student safety into large consideration over the past few months. Many things have changed around campus involving LaSalle's motto for the school year being #SaferTogether. There have been new public safety vehicles put on campus that are easily visible, and now public safety has an active Twitter account with the handle @LaSallePubSAFT. LaSalle has also announced that town hall meetings will continue throughout the year in order to keep receiving feedback from students and to keep improving safety policies.
The Communications Center recently hosted another Tech Girls workshop to teach young girls about working in a TV studio, and our junior reporter Calliope has the story on the fun-filled day.
On Saturday, January 25th, LaSalle's Communications Center held a special Tech Girls workshop for the Camden Dream Center. The girls learned about what it takes to create a TV show, first having a tour of the studio and learning about all of the equipment. Before the Tech Girls workshop, most of the girls did not have prior experience with TV production, but LaSalle's students taught everyone how to run through one of LTV's programs. Then it was the girls' turn to run the studio. They participated in shooting segments, with some girls managing the equipment behind the scenes. Some of them even started in front of the camera, delivering reports that will be shown on some of LTV's shows. By the end of the day, the Tech Girls left with new knowledge on the technology that is used in TV production. For LTV, I'm Calliope Beatty.
Thank you, Calliope. A senior has decided to turn her honors project into a published book to use as a resource for children affected by incarceration. Sam Long sat down with Rebecca Smith to learn more about the creation of the story.
Hello, I'm Sam Long. Today I'm sitting down for another interview with Rebecca Smith, author of Does He Still Love Me?, a book for children whose parents are in prison. Rebecca, thank you for sitting down to me to talk about your book today. So we're going to start things off. What inspired you to write this book?
So back in my junior year, I took a class in the business school called Business Law and Ethics with Professor Carolyn Plump. And in that class was a service learning class, and we spent some time doing what's called a think tank with prisoners at Graterford Prison, which is a maximum security prison in Collegeville. And from there, we spent time talking about controversial issues with inmates on death row. So these were things like mass incarceration, drug policy. But while we were having these conversations with the inmates, I was talking to them about their families and about how they don't get to see their families very often and about how they miss them. And so I was thinking about how there's not really an easy way to talk to your kid if you are a parent that is going to prison. So I looked up and I did some research about potential books that were out there to help kids understand the incarceration process, and there were not very many good options. So I decided to write one myself.
So when did you start writing this book? Was it that junior year when you were in the class? Was it a little bit after? Or?
Yeah, so I wrote this book as part of the honors project. So all students here at LaSalle in the honors program are required to take what's called the honors essay project. And so you can either write a long paper or you can do another creative project. So that was in the spring of 2019, so about a year ago, and that's when I wrote this book.
Now, what is the publishing process like for a book?
So I have taken this in a couple different ways. Initially, I did some self-publishing through Amazon, so that's how we have this very first draft of the book. And I'm now currently in the process of getting this on the market onto Amazon right now. So I'm working on all of the digital and technical sides of this.
Now you said that was a first draft on Amazon. Do you plan on any kind of like revisions to it or any kind of updates to it for a wider release or anything?
So in about a month is the estimated time for when it will officially be on sale on Amazon's website, and that will have some updated graphics and layout just to make it more friendly for the internet.
Now I see you illustrated the book also. Is this a first time?
Yes,
drawing?
I am not a huge artist. I took a lot of time with my colored pencils and sitting and having my cup of coffee and drawing all these illustrations out. The illustrations will be updated just to some digital illustrations as opposed to colored pencil and paper drawings in the book for sale.
Yeah, I'm not an artist either, so I can only imagine how hard
it was a little tough,
drawing
yes.
all that would be. Did you do the digital updates yourself, or did you hire someone to do
Yes,
them?
so I've done all the digital updates myself. I've done all of the writing, all of the drawing, both on paper and also digitally, and I'm also doing the design of the book for the Amazon release.
So for the digital updates, did you have to redo everything by hand, or did you just?
So the process has been keeping the text portion the same and then redoing all of the illustrations.
So is it looking a lot better now?
I think it looks different. I
Different?
don't necessarily know if it's better. I think that there's something special to still having a nice hand-drawn colored pencil illustration, but I think that the digital copy will make it an easier publication process.
Now, have you gotten any feedback from, I know it's not widely released, have you gotten any
Yeah.
kind of feedback from any
I
children
have-
whose parents are incarcerated? Or?
I've gotten a lot of feedback, especially from teachers and social workers, saying how they wish that this was a book that had come out earlier, and how they have multiple children in their classrooms that have parents who are incarcerated. And I'm really excited to see how many people that this can reach once it becomes for sale.
Yeah, definitely. So you said it's going to be for sale on Amazon. Is it going to be for sale anywhere else?
So it will be Amazon both as a hard copy that you can purchase and also as a Kindle ebook.
Oh, well, perfect. So I think that's all we have for
That's great.
today.
Thank you so much
for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having
and
me.
I'm going to send it back over to the desk.
So I was really happy to see that Becca kind of took her honors project in this direction, because as an honors student myself, I know that this honors project is an opportunity for students to research any topic they want and to kind of turn that research into whatever they want. So I've never heard of someone taking research and making a book, let alone a children's book. So this was something new and interesting.
Yeah, it's great how she's helping out kids with incarceration. That's so touching.
Right, so it's, there's a purpose behind it. I think that really
Yeah.
speaks to the LaSallian mentality, and it's fitting that it's an honors project through LaSalle, helping students deal with this topic that's very heavy and
Yeah.
hard to comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for our first break, but coming up, Philly's favorite Broad Street bully is under police investigation following a fan event. Stay tuned.
When you miss an episode of Q&A, you get hungry. When you get hungry, you don't know what to eat. When you don't know what to eat, you get irritable. When you get irritable, you miss questions on your exam. Don't miss questions on your exam. Watch Q&A on LaSalle TV.
The sun of fire and beauty, destruction and life. Something so magnificent you can't even look at it. My sun of fire and passion, life until death. Something so magnificent you can't look away. Maybe because we don't look at the sun, we are afraid that we might not be able to let go of the beauty that just might end up destroying us.
You know you watch. You shouldn't be watching this. You should be watching LaSalle TV. Hey, watch LaSalle TV. You know you watch.
Man, Keegan is taking this you know you watch thing way too seriously.
You know you watch LaSalle TV.
Mayor Jim Kenney has appointed Danielle Outlaw as the next police commissioner of the city of Philadelphia. Outlaw, the current police chief in Portland, Oregon, is a historic choice for the city, as she will become the first African-American woman to serve in the commissioner role. The mayor says change is needed in the police department, and when she begins in February, Outlaw says that attacking racism, gender discrimination, and sexual assault within the PPD will be top priority. In addition, Outlaw wishes to violence and increase community relationships for the betterment of the people of Philadelphia.
The SEPTA trolleys along Route 15 are going to be taken out of service and replaced by buses. Although the Route 15 trolleys will be removed, SEPTA says they will keep trolleys that run from Richmond to Westmoreland to the 63rd and Girard stop. The 18 trolleys are being removed for a couple of reasons, which include scheduling with the trolley operators, the mixed use of trolleys and buses, and PennDOT construction. SEPTA staff report that buses frequently substitute for trolleys on Route 15 due to mechanical failures and express doubts of all the PPC-2 trolleys will remain operational between today and trolley modernization. SEPTA's Assistant General Manager for Operations, Scott Sauer, said, quote, "People love the trolleys. The trolleys are Philadelphia," end quote.
Teachers is suing the Philadelphia Public School District over the mishandling of asbestos in the city's public schools. On January 24th, teachers and staff of McClure Elementary School in North Philadelphia demanded the levels of asbestos be tested and had to evacuate the school on account of the high levels of carcinogens in the air. This was the second test performed after the school district said that the school was usable. The school district has released a statement saying they wish to work to improve the conditions in Philadelphia's public schools and work with the union to file official rules and regulations regarding similar situations.
In other legal news, the Flyers' beloved mascot Gritty has been charged with the assault of a young boy. Chris Greenwell, a dad from Delaware, is alleging that Gritty punched his son in the back during a photo shoot. After the photo was taken, Greenwell's son supposedly patted the mascot on the head, and Gritty responded by charging the child and punching him in the back. A chiropractor diagnosed him with a bruised back. Greenwell says he never intended to file a lawsuit. He never even hired a lawyer. He just wants an apology for his son. The Flyers have responded to this incident, saying that there is no evidence Greenwell's claim is true after a thorough investigation. The police investigation is currently ongoing.
David DeLuper set off on a special quest trying to get on the Jumbotron of all 30 NBA teams in just 30 days. The Philly native used a strategy of seat placement, costumes, and subpar dance moves. He started his challenge in Philadelphia during the 76ers Christmas Day game against the Bucks, where he dressed up as Ben Franklin. DeLuper had a grueling travel schedule, having to travel from city to city every night, including traveling from Sacramento to Cleveland in one night. DeLuper completed the 30 for 30 quest at a Portland Trail Blazers game on January 23rd. So that is quite a feat. But Can we talk a little bit about Gritty for a second?
Yeah, what do you think about that whole incident?
It's crazy. I mean, it's not every day that you accuse a beloved Philly mascot of such a heinous crime.
Everyone loves Gritty. He's so fun.
Everyone loves Gritty. Well, first everyone didn't like Gritty. Then everyone does love Gritty. And now Gritty's an alleged criminal? I mean...
I don't know. I feel like this kid might be exaggerating. I don't think Gritty intended to hurt him.
He's just a lovable guy. Maybe it was just misunderstanding, you know?
I know. We went to the Flyers game with the news crew.
Right.
And he was so fun. And
I know. You can't think of Gritty doing such a thing.
I know. I can't imagine it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Coming up after this last break, we'll remember the life of an NBA icon. We'll be right back.
According to the Mayo Clinic, exercising has stress-busting benefits by bumping up your endorphins and improving your mood.
I'm always the first one up. I'm always up for a challenge. I'll overcome any obstacle. I don't believe in limits. I refuse to be average.
Welcome back. Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna were among several people killed Sunday in the helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. Kobe was on his way to Gianna's travel basketball game when the helicopter crashed, sources say. The NBA legend etched his name into the history books by winning 5 NBA championships, dropping the second most points in a single game in NBA history, being 4th on the all-time scoring list, a 17-time All-Star, 2-time Finals MVP and League MVP, and even an Oscar-winning director. This loss is much bigger than basketball, though, as the tragedy caused the media world to stand still and shift their focus around the story. Bryant transcended the current age of professional sports as a whole, not just basketball, because of the work ethic he was famously known for. The Mamba mentality was unlike any before him, but is now the benchmark for current professionals, and he will be deeply missed. Kobe was 41 and Gianna was 13.
Turning now to the impeachment trial. Last Saturday, the Democratic panel laid out their case in charging President Trump with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress in a lengthy opening statement on the Senate floor. The impeachment charges center on the allegation that Trump withheld military aid and White House meeting to pressure Ukraine to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden, a political rival. The Senate rejected Democratic amendments to subpoena records related to Ukraine probe. But leaked claims from former National Security Advisor John Bolton's forthcoming book are fueling a new confrontation between congressional Democrats and Trump-allied Republicans, whether the Senate should hear from witnesses.
The royal family drama continues as more information unfolds about the future of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle after stepping down from their royal duties. Our fellow producer Justin Gick, who is currently studying abroad in London, has some of his updates on this story outside of Buckingham Palace.
A week after that meeting between the Queen and senior members of the royal family, the palace has finally released a statement last night regarding the changes coming for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They said, quote, that they will no longer be working members of the royal family, they will no longer have their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles, and Prince Harry will also be losing some of his military titles. It also stated that the couple has to pay £2.4 million back to the taxpayers for updates made to their Frogmore Cottage estate near Windsor Castle, and it is also stated that they will be living in North America and Canada as part of their residency, and they will be receiving public funding for security there. They also will be coming back to the United Kingdom for events such as Trooping of the Colour and the Queen's birthday. But as far as we know, this is the only changes so far, and we're anticipating more changes to come. But that's the very latest here from Buckingham Palace, and these changes, again, are expected to take place this spring, and we will bring you the very latest if there's more developments. We are live from Buckingham Palace today. Justin Geck.
Thanks for that update, Justin. The U.S. Department of Transportation has proposed amending regulations covering emotional support animals on airplanes. If the regulations are adopted, only specifically trained dogs would qualify as service animals and therefore be allowed to fly. Other animals, including cats, pigs, pheasants, rabbits, and snakes, would be banned. The proposed shift in regulations has been prompted by claims by numerous airplanes that customers abuse the emotional support animal regulations to avoid paying pet fees. Disability groups, airline trade groups, and veteran organizations are all in support of the change, saying that certain emotional support animals also pose a safety risk on flights. A 60-day comment window is currently in effect, after which it is expected that the Department of Transportation will act to either accept or reject the proposal.
On Sunday night, Super Bowl 54 will take place in Miami between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs have been without a Super Bowl win for 50 years, and the 49ers without one in 25 years. Currently, Patrick Mahomes' Chiefs are ranked as a 1.5 favorite, while the young 49ers team, led by stars Jimmy Garoppolo and Nick Bosa, looks to upset Andy Reid's Chiefs. The game will feature a halftime performance from Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, and the game will be aired on Fox.
Are you ready for the Super Bowl this weekend, Nick?
I mean, yes, I am ready, but to be honest, until a few days ago, I had no idea the Super Bowl was this weekend. See what happens when Philly's not involved? Everyone just forgets.
Where are the Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles, yeah. Getting ready for next season. No, they had a good run, the Eagles.
They did. I'm rooting for the Chiefs, though, this weekend.
Yes, Andy Reid, a beloved Philly icon, now back in the Super Bowl. I was, we were saying over break, the last time Andy Reid was at a Super Bowl was back in 04-05 with the Eagles, and I was saying,
we were young.
I was in kindergarten. I remember, I might not remember everything, but
I think I
remember
was 3. I don't
when
know.
the Eagles were, in it and didn't quite make it, but they redeemed themselves. We got a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, my dad's a huge Chiefs fan, so that's why I hope they win.
Yeah, so good luck to Andy.
We'll see.
Well, now it is time to transition into #What's Trending. Aaron?
After seeing a hole in the ceiling and books thrown all over her floor, Dr. Bree Blakeman thought someone broke into her office. This thought quickly changed after discovering the unlikely suspect, a possum cowering behind her computer. The Australian anthropology professor believes the possum fell through the ceiling tile and into her office. But rather than immediately calling a wildlife relocation organization, Blakeman shared the story on Twitter, and the photo of the shared possum became a meme. The possum has since left the office and is now back in the wild.
Well, that just about does it for this episode, but be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and want to see it, you can find episodes on YouTube on our LaSalle TV Philly page.
Until next time, for Zoe, Sam, Aaron, and the entire crew, I'm Nick Palayo. Thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.